stay. My pulse synced with the candle's flame. Fear and calm, they sound the same. One more tick, another try. Balance on the reason why. Risk is a rhythm. Patience, a sound. I breathe between the bars of now and next. I'm trading futures, sharing time, fading lines through liquid signs. Every loss and every climb, all dissolve inside the mind. Screens glow like city lights, heartbeat caught in the candles rise. Ticks drift through the static haze, future whispers in dead waves. Charts breathe, pulse of cold, echoes where the numbers float. Every tick a breath I chase, lost inside this market space. I'm trading futures, trading time. Lines of rhythm, dollar signs. In the silence I align, between the noise and the divine. Micro beats and macro dreams, golden silicon, endless streams. Patterns form then fade away. Prophet's ghost won't ever stay. My pulse synced.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Over mode, no feelings when I trade. Cold mind, discipline is how I
Let's
make
go,
it.
fam. Let's go, baby. What's up, people? Oh, I'm already seeing the room shows up in chat. I love it. That brings the heat. That brings the heat. What's up, fam? What's up, fam? Boosted dime. That's an OG right there. Ooh, that's an OG. We got. I'm seeing OGs in chat. What's up, fam? I got the agenda up on the screen already as well. If you want to look through that, I'll read it out. Show up. Show up. Matoski in the house. Matoski in the house. Having a gritty, nice session, I saw. Nice. Nice. No room shows up. Family is here. Family's in the house. For those of you who are new here, the room shows up. We type that in because we're a community. If you're new here, type in chat where you're from. I'm interested. I want to know. Matoski, let's go. Matoski had a great morning session. That was cool to watch too. Nice session. I like nailing the P&L right on that number. That was funny. I like that. I enjoyed it. Fam. Any newbies out there? Let me know where you're from. The Sir Darb in the house. What's up, fam? All right, exciting session today. So we got a good agenda. We got some good lessons. Again, just lessons that I kind of think about as I'm going through the morning session, and also lessons I thought about when I was reading, because I'm new to Twitter, reading stuff on Twitter, and I'm like, a lot of garbage on there. So I feel bad for new traders reading some of that stuff, but we're gonna go over that a little bit. Today is about grounding ourselves. That's the theme of today's kind of thing. It's about grounding ourselves, right? Because this is let me just change the music over. I know in our channels and in our streams we have a good time and everything, but like this is a craft. This is a craft, for like traders, like the stats and everything. Like that's like a trader's painting that they're proud of, So just in reading some of the stuff, I was like, wow, state of what new traders have to go through to find good information. So welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. We're gonna go lights on in 2 minutes. All right. Lights on in 2 minutes. All right. So we're going to go over today. And I adjusted my mic volume a tiny bit. So if it's too low or anything, you people let me know. All right. Why was I able to have a strong bias today? Because if you were around yesterday, from my notes, and I'll just replay the tiny thing when I showed the chart of why I didn't have a bias. What's up, fam? Oh my God. So many people clicking in. New people, our regulars, the room shows up. I love it. So why was I able to have a strong bias this morning? Like strong. Okay. I hit the market hard this morning. Okay. And it paid. And I didn't yesterday because I didn't have my edge. Right. So I want to contrast yesterday's pre-market analysis versus today's. And if it just helps one person frame their session in the future, not financial advice, you don't take trades, but just helps you look at the session, I really just think it will help, because yesterday and today were just so different from each other that I just think it's the perfect opportunity to talk about why I had a strong bias today, and why yesterday morning I admitted to everyone, like, I had no idea. I had a 55% bias. I had a slight bias. Pre-market trade review. I smashed. I hit a trade hard this morning. And then basically everything else is about staying grounded, but really good, just more discussion points for all of us on just staying grounded. Victor, glad to have you. So sizing by risk unit, right? How that keeps you grounded when you're trading with small account and a large account, right? Because ideally you would think the same way either way. Like in the prop account, I'm up $350. The number is tiny, but I'm extremely proud of that because I know the stats. I care about the stats. The money, if you're a good trader, there's money. It's a money business. If you're a good trader, there's money. But I'm proud of the stats, right? So I don't look at that as money. I look at that as risk units, right? So we're going to talk about that because thinking that way will keep you grounded. And I think good traders, you got to think grounded. If you're just after dollars, you're not going to be able to get them. If you're not after dollars, you will get them. It's a weird thing like that because it helps with your psychology. And I just seeing some of the stuff on Twitter, talking about one person's play money is another person's broke money, kind of helps you identify maybe a little bit about who to listen to. And if you just clicked on this channel, I'm not talking about myself. I'm just talking about the overall community. It's just, you just landed at a gold mine for like, if you actually interested in actually trading, right? If you're interested in watching someone with 50 accounts, you know, that they're just YOLOing on a coin flip to get a big number on the screen, you know, this ain't it. That's not the vibe, at least on my show. No, that's not the vibe on any of our shows. Sorry. No, that's just not our vibe. We're a community. We like trading. Respect the craft of trading, because I was kind of devastated when I started doing research. Like I did a little time in motion on what I would research if I was trying to learn trading now in this day and age. It was kind of devastating. People do not respect the craft of trading. And it's something I'm very proud of. And I think anyone who's a trader or aspiring trader, it's a craft to be really proud of. You know, it's a craft to be proud of and respected. So we just talk about that because I think the grounding part of it. Oh, let's go lights on. Let's go lights on. We're getting too serious. We gotta go lights on. We're lights on, baby. We're lights on. There we go. There we go. Sorry, guys. I know I'm getting a little serious, but it was kind of, I'm like, come on, this is a craft. So, Farina, I'm like, this is a craft. Like, let's respect it a little bit. It's crazy out there on social media. I was never really into it, but now that I'm researching what people are doing out there, it's a landmine. It's landmines for people who want to learn. There's so many bad people out there. I've realized that are taking advantage of people. So if it's your first time here, just stay, subscribe, watch Matt's show in the morning, watch him trade the live account, watch the show, and watch our night show, because there's something for everyone to get out of the shows. And then stats over stacks, right? Because stats are something to be proud of. The stacks, if you have good stats, the stacks will come. It's, you know, so long as you're trading, if you're trading a liquid instrument, if you have good stats, I mean, it's just size. So if your stats are good, you know, it doesn't matter if you're betting $100 on a trade or 100,000 on a trade or $1 million a trade, whatever. It's more about your stats, because if you're trading a liquid instrument, stacks are, they come. It's a guarantee. It's not not financial advice. I'm just saying, focus on the stats. And then most important, the truth about losing streaks and variance, because I had a horrendous losing streak at the end of January as the market conditions changed. And I'm sure people are going through little losing streaks because of the market environment right now. So like today, it just made me think, I was like, oh, I should go over variance, because some people probably have a lot of consecutive losers in this environment. And people of all levels experience that. But if you understand variance, it can help you not like want to rip your hair out if you just understand variance. All right. So we're lights on, guys. We got a full stack show. I'm really excited for today's show because, you know, if people are out there that are researching trader, even experienced traders are out there on the social medias and all that stuff, I just think we're a grounded community, right? We respect the craft of trading, right? We're not clickbait. So welcome to the room. The room shows up. Thank you so much for being here. I've been excited for every agenda, but I'm excited for today especially because it's a community. Let's ground some people. Like, let's be humble people who respect our craft. All right. So why was I able, let's start. Why was I able to develop a strong bias today? Well, if you were here yesterday, shout it out in chat. I know we got a lot of regulars, Foreman. If you were here yesterday, shout it out in chat. And thank you so much for being here if you were here yesterday, because I'm feeling the love. I love it. Like, I love trading. I love trading, and now being able to share it with people and vibe off of people, like it's honestly really cool. It's cool, you know. Look, all the people in chat. Let's get it. I love it. There's our regulars. The room shows up. All right. So a strong bias today. First, let's contrast it with why I was not able to have a bias or confidence yesterday, and why today, just one day later, different chart, I hit it hard. You know, I really hit it hard this morning. So let me just turn off the music because I'm going to play a little video. If you all see the top right corner of the screen, so that's my own algo. I use that. Oh, Kevin with a bootcamp donation, 2 boot camps. All right, if you're new here, Matt, the founder of this channel and the inventor of Rocket Scooter, that's the platform on the left-hand side of the screen, he runs a boot camp, and it is, regardless, whether you've been trading for 5 months, 5 days, or 50 years, you know, there's gold in there. So Kevin just donated 2 boot camps. We have a little thing in our community where people who take the boot camp, they love it so much, and they're almost like, I think people take it and then they just picture other people who might not take it or might not know about it. So they buy boot camps for other people because that's how good it is. Okay. Thor, Mass, Thomas, Dogpedia's in the house, Woo outside, Boomer, Devin, Eaton, Martin K, Jose. This is cool. All right. So yesterday I had no bias. Today I had a bias. So let's just play this little video. But the chart in the top right corner, that's my own algorithm that I was using before I found Rocket Scooter. So I used that in conjunction with Rocket Scooter. But you'll see, this is a very short video. It'll just frame why I was not able to have a bias yesterday. And then we'll show today's chart and you'll be like, oh, now that makes sense why he was able to have a bias today. Okay. Or at least have a pivot I could hit hard. Okay, so let's watch it. It's a very short video. It's a very short video. I'm just going to mute the mic while we watch it. If you're not familiar with this, with what I'm showing you, okay, it's quite simple for me to explain because it's going to be simple for me to explain why I had 0 bias going into the open if you look at this. The gray blocks are stable blocks. The shaded regions are decision blocks. The black lines are high volume pivots from previous sessions point of controls if they're clustered together. Okay. What do you see on screen? Looks like a mess. Doesn't always look like a mess. Doesn't always look like this, right? If you were here on Tuesday, it was Tuesday or Wednesday. On Tuesday or Wednesday, going into the open, there was literally one perfect level to trade off of and then nothing below it. And I was long biased. And I smashed it on that day because I'm like, okay, I'm going to hit this level long. And either there's no levels below it, so I'm gonna stop out and be wrong, or we're gonna go, right? All right, so that's the let me just make sure my volume's back on. All right, so that's the video, right? So you saw that chart was it was messy. It didn't look pretty, and that's why yesterday it was very hard to develop a bias. Now let's look at today. Let's contrast it, okay? Let's contrast it. So look in the top right corner of the screen. I'm scrolling back, I'm scrolling back, I'm scrolling back. You saw the cluster F that was the chart yesterday morning, right? Now watch this, right? Scrolling back, scrolling back, scrolling back. And I just started putting the Twitter account, so I actually tweeted this idea where the green arrow is, and then I took the trade where the box is. So I figured it was cool. I'll bring up the tweets just so, because there's like 3 followers on the Twitter account. So right now I'm just talking to air. So it'd be cool if people follow and, you know, I'll give market commentary. I don't think I'll do such specific call outs on the Twitter because as it got to my entry area, it affected my decision. It didn't affect my decision making, but I did think like, I wonder, like, what if someone out there is trying to follow this and they don't know how to execute trades and stuff? I don't want people have to learn how to trade, right? So I'm trying to help people just gain knowledge from my experience. I'm not trying to tell people get in here, get in there. And, you know, I tweeted this and it was a great call out, but at the same time, I thought, you know, it would have just been better to give the context and not say the exact level I'm looking for and stuff, because I'm wrong all the time. You know, I'm right about 66 to 72% of the time. So I'm wrong all the time, right? I'm wrong a third of the time. That's a lot of the time. 1 out of 3 times. Imagine if you're a surgeon and you're wrong, you're catastrophically wrong 33% of the time. Like, you know, the stats in trading, when you're a very good trader, you're still wrong a lot. So it felt weird that I had done it, but I did it. So I want to go over it. But look how clean the chart is compared to that video I showed. Who thinks this chart looks clean? Who thinks the chart looks clean? If you think the chart looks clean compared to the one in the video, just stamp a yes in chat. Like, you could see how clean the chart looks. I just want to make sure everything's, I want to make sure this makes it clean. Okay. Squeaky clean, squeaky clean, squeaky. Okay. So like, you see the contrast. So why I was so confused yesterday and why this morning I was like, oh, I'm going to smash it if it gets down there. Right. And I framed how it would get down there. So I'm going to open up the Twitter. Okay. And just, I'm going to put market commentary on there, and I'll also, like, maybe I'll sneak peek my agenda for a show. I don't think I'm going to make such specific call outs like this, because I think I just think that's irresponsible, because sometimes I might have a thesis and then 5 minutes later, maybe I'm reading the tape. I don't think that anymore. Right. So it was cool that I did it this morning, but I don't think that's right for this craft and for me to point out things this specifically. It worked. That's great. But there was a 33% chance that it was a horrible idea. Right? I'm well aware that I'm wrong a lot. So let's open up let me turn my music back on. Let's open up my Twitter just so I can call it out. And also people can maybe follow. I have 3 followers. Who wants to be my 4th follower? That'll be cool. So let's see. How do I open up the Twitter? And let me know if it shows up. It should show up. Hold on. I'm looking for it. Giveaway and browser. Okay. Giveaway and browser. Where are you, Twitter? Okay, here's the Twitter. Okay. So let's just read my overall thoughts on the market right now, and then I'll get to where that green arrow is, where I came up with the idea, and then, why I smashed the trade hard. So first thing I said, and if you weren't here yesterday, I started writing down, because I think in my head my thoughts for the session. I've never written them down. But since I'm doing this stream, I think it's cool to write them down so I can, because I forget them I think very fluidly about these things, and I forget them, right? Because there's this very specific details of the entry and stuff. I don't need to store that in my memory. It's a waste of space up there. But it's cool to write them down so I can reflect on them with you all. So I said, interesting session yesterday. While we did sell off somewhat aggressively, the market was extremely healthy, both in the down move and when we got to the bottom of the range. It feels like large players have returned, but are in disagreement on what's next. Guys, follow it. Let's try to get me up to 5 followers. I can be like, yeah, I got a Twitter account with 5 followers. Dope. Okay. Without a news catalyst, I'm keeping my eyes on some mechanical catalysts which may come into play. The first is short-term exit liquidity if we start to drop below the range we've been in on the daily chart, right? I still think it would be hard to have a sustained down move without some sort of true market mindshift news. Okay, why is that, first of all? Why is that? I think it would be hard to have a sustained down move right now because yesterday the market dropped hard, but it was such a healthy drop. There was no panic behind that drop. It was so healthy. It was so liquid. It was such a controlled sell-off that I'm like, wow, like there's some big. You can't find the Twitter? Okay, type in @NeonCucumberX. Type in @NeonCucumberX. I actually contacted them. They're changing it to Neon Cucumber because I have that handle as well, but there's some mix up with it. So they'll be changing it. But for now, it's @NeonCucumberX. And if you can't find it, well, I'll bring it up on the next session. But I said without a news catalyst, I'm keeping my eye on some mechanical catalysts, right? So short-term exit liquidity. If we drop below this consolidation that we've had on the big picture daily chart, I don't know that it's going to be a panic sell-off because there's big players here. Maybe there are. Maybe it is, right? I monitor these things day by day. And then thesis number 2, a possible rip your face rally that lasts 2 to 4 days. Crazier things have happened, but why do I think about this now? I include this in my thinking since 2020. These kind of things, because in recent market cycles, we've continually seen shorts squeezed due to a newer market phenomenon, panic buying, right? When you get huge dips in the market these days, it's really common to see panic buying, right? You used to see panic selling, and then the recovery would be a little bit more controlled. Like, we've had some crazy V-shaped moves, right? Both in short term over the course of weeks and a couple of months, and also like, you know, our V-shaped recovery from last year. So, yeah, so I said FOMO moves markets more post 2020. And then I ended it with new players, new rules, right? New players, a lot of gamblers, a lot of people with FOMO, a lot of people with uncontrolled emotions are participating in the market. That makes the market dynamics and mechanics. It makes it different, right? 2017, 2018, 2019, the market didn't move the same as it does now, in my opinion, right? So I really, I think things like this because you see it on the chart, right? Like things that, this is another reason I don't really look at news that much. I look at the timing because the market participants are for the most part like crazy. So it's hard to interpret what a crazy person is going to do. So I'm like, let me just not even try. Let me just read the chart. Forget what they think about the news. It doesn't make sense to me. And then here's where I posted. So if you see in the top right corner, the green arrow, that's 8:25 a.m. That's when I'm kind of getting settled. I'm getting in my groove for the session. I'm looking at the charts. And then I said, I would love to see an aggressive sell-off to 24,800. 24,800. I marked the line on the chart, right? Drew a little box around it. But the arrow is where I sent out this tweet. I would love to see an aggressive sell-off to NASDAQ 24,800 area, and have it line up with the rocket scooter level. Because in my mind at first, I'm like, I'm not going to get this entry pre-market. I'm like, there's no way PPI is going to give me this entry. It did, which was sweet. But in my mind, I'm like, I hope at the open, this 24,800 lines up with a rocket scooter level. If you're not familiar with rocket scooter, 20-second overview. Top left corner of the screen, it's a platform that at the beginning of the session, it draws pivots. They're very responsive pivots. There's an algorithm behind why they're drawn. I'll go over it later in the session, but just to follow this story, it's a platform that draws pivots at the start of the session. And yeah, guys, hit the like button. Please hit the like button. We're growing our family. Please hit the like button. But it's a great platform. It draws these levels. They're very responsive levels. So in my mind, I'm like, I would love if this level lines up with a rocket scooter level at the open, because I didn't think we would get there that quickly. But anyway, I would love to see an aggressive sell-off to 24,800 area and have it line up with a rocket scooter level at the open. Please give us that long entry opportunity. Market gods, hook us up. And guess what? Like 10 minutes later, the market gods hooked me up. The market gods must be listening to Twitter or something, because they just gave me that entry. Like, they were like, here you go, man. I was like, mash that thing hard in my main account. And I hit it in this prop trading account. But like, it was just right. But why am I showing the chart, right? Because look how much easier it is to read this chart compared to what I showed on that video. Like, look below this level. There was nothing else for, let me just draw out my tool. Now keep in mind, I didn't have access to the rocket scooter levels yet. I took this trade pre-market. Let me just draw out my measuring tool. So like, I'm looking to enter at 24,800 area, right? I'm not a magician. I just happened to bounce right at 24,800, right? But don't think, this is not magician stuff. It could have easily dipped down to here, dipped down to here. I would have had to, scale in, scale out, It just so happened that it exactly nailed the level I was watching. But it's not usually this perfect. maybe the Twitter gods were like, hey, you're launching your Twitter. Let's give you just a slam dunk call out like thing. And it's cool how it's time stamped, you know, because sometimes you make a call out to yourself, you take the trade and you're like, damn, nailed it. So it's cool that there's timestamps on Twitter. And let me just highlight over this so you can see the timestamp. 8:25 a.m. February 27th, right? You can't, this is Twitter. You can't make it up. So that was cool that my first day on Twitter, I got an opportunity to share something like this. So maybe I'll get up to 5 followers. That'll be cool. But just see that there's this huge open, like, I'm not going to hold for 177 point stop to my next level. So I know I'm going to smash this thing hard. I know I'm gonna smash this thing hard because I've got a long bias and that there's only one level. I've got one choice on which level to trade off of. It's not like, do I trade off this level? Do I trade off this level? Where do I scale in? So I'm like, dude, step up to the plate and smash it. And 66% of the time, 72% of the time, 84% of the time on an amazing day where I take a bunch of trades and I'm just locked in, I'm gonna be right. Of course, I know there's a 1/3, maybe a little bit more chance that I step up to the plate, I swing, and I just get smoked, okay? But I'm grounded, and I'm ready for that. But this one happened to work out. So this was cool. So follow my Twitter. It sounds like I've got 20 followers now. I'm a Twitter. I guess I'm a tweet guy now. That's cool. Look at this. I've got 21 followers. I'm a social media. That's cool. So I'm going to call out. Now, I'm not going to do these very specific call outs because it made me uncomfortable when I was taking the entry because it crossed my mind. I was like, oh, like I called out this exact level. Like what happens if someone's, you know, I guess there's no followers, but it crossed my mind. I'm like, well, like I put that out there and I understand that there's a very high probability, like 33%. That's like, I'm proud of my numbers, but I'm wrong a lot. So I just crossed my mind as I was taking this entry. I'm like, what happens if someone doesn't know how to execute and they saw that? And, or, you know, what happens if this is one of those times that it just doesn't work out and people don't know how to manage their risks? So I'm not going to get this specific on there. So if you're looking for exact stuff, then definitely don't follow. But if you're looking for the overall market view and see my agendas and stuff, give it a follow. Not financial advice at all. Hit the like button, or actually, you know what? Smash the like button. Smash the like button. We're having fun. Dogpedia Shorts says, don't put specific plays out if you don't want to, but you'd love to see my chart like that pre-market because your levels are diff. My levels are diff. And you'd love to see where they line up with yours. Oh, yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that. So anyway, so that's the tweet. That was the trade that I took. It was a nice 60-point rip. I caught like, I don't know, 35, 40 points of it, right? I didn't catch the entire 65, 66 points of the move, but I smashed it with full size in my main account. And I also hit it in this Lucid account. So actually, I'm kind of excited about the, because I think in risk units, right? So I'm as proud of this $343 win as I am in my win in my main account, because I put on real risk in my main account. So obviously I'm going to get rewarded for that, right? But I know the prop risk that I put on this trade, and it was about $200 of risk. I got way more than one risk unit on this trade. I got way more than one risk unit. My risk unit size, my risk on the trade in this prop account was about $225. And I got a $343 win. So I don't care that the number is small. I'm a stats person. So, and that's why I have item 7, stats over stacks. Because I don't care what the number is. I'm proud of the stats. I'm proud that I have over a 1 risk unit win, that I smashed that level. So I was really excited about it because I'm new to the prop stuff. This is another account that's about to get funded. This is my first account with Lucid that gets funded. So I have some funded accounts with TPT. Now I have a Lucid one. I started this account, I think, last week. Yesterday I looked at the actuaries. It was like 72%. Now it's probably like 75. 74%, 76%. Like, I'm really proud of the stats, right? I love my stats. Sometimes I'll put my P&L curve. I remove the dollar amount from it, and I modify it to read as risk units. But sometimes I'll put my P&L curve as background on my phone because I'm just proud of it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, dude, you're rocking your craft. Keep it up. All right. It's a reminder of your hard work. So anyways, follow my Twitter. Let me see. Look at this. I got 21 followers. We're having fun. I love it. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. And now we're going to go over we pretty much went over sizing by risk unit, but I'm going to let me just get a little bit more into detail on what I mean when I say sizing by risk unit. Let me just try to open up the stream on my iPad just so I can have chat, the ability to monitor chat in 2 different places, because sometimes I look down. Guys, hit the like button, please. We're trying to get the likes up. And also we're giving away boot camps, and we're giving away, Martin has a quick question. Go ahead, Martin. We're giving away 2 prop accounts, and we're giving away boot camps today. Oh, I took the same trade in the Lucid account as I did in my regular account. It was the same trade. All right. So hit the like button, guys. We're up to, oh no, that can't be right. Are we up to 200 likes already? What? Guys, okay. It's time. You know what? We're giving away a boot camp right now because the room just showed up. We just started and we're already at 200 likes. All right. Brave guys, type boot camp in chat. Type boot camp in chat. Let me just show this move. No, I gotta put it in the giveaway mode. Okay, let me just get this situated. I need 2 minutes before the monitor will be ready. And if you're just joining, we're about to give away a boot camp. Matt, our founder, the creator of this channel, hosts a boot camp a few times a year. It's just gold information. It's got information on overall market, just good information if you're a trader, experienced or aspiring. Good information, overall market stuff. And then also he covers the Rocket Scooter platform, which is a dope platform. If it's your first time here and you just came across this channel, you just landed on a gold mine. This is a platform, the platform that is Rocket Scooter. It's not only a platform that gives you high volume pivots that you could trade off of and frame your day around, but in this bootcamp, you'll learn, like, there's a whole strategy that Matt built around it, how to size the trade, how to sit out, like when you should sit out. It's gold. I've said it before, like, if you discover this channel and Rocket Scooter early on in your career, I'm kind of envious of you because it's like a cheat code. It's like a cheat code. So, sci-fi's, yeah, it's called Rocket Scooter. It's like a cheat code for trading. And for people who haven't already, unfortunately, absorbed the garbage information that I've been discovering is out there about trading, if you land on this, take Matt's bootcamp. I mean, I just thought it was so good. The VIX class it's just good. It's good, you know? And like, we don't have to talk about this stuff. I talk about this stuff because I know what it's like to, you know, not have edge and when you're first starting out. And I think to myself, I'm like, man, if this stuff was there back then, it would have been so much easier. So, all right, smash the like button, type bootcamp in chat. We're giving away a bootcamp, and then we're going to talk about risk unit. One person's play money is another person's broke money. Respecting the craft of trading. All right, respect the craft. Stats over stacks. And most important, the truth about losing streaks and variance. Smash it. We're over 200 likes already. We just got started. We're already over 200 likes. The room shows up. We nailed it with that. The room shows up. This is amazing. Thank you for being here, guys. Thank you for being here. Let's get it. Adam says oh, Martin's gone. Okay. Adam says, I'm starting the boot camp this weekend, bringing all the 20 videos. Nice. Matt re-recorded it after some changes were made to Matt re-recorded after some changes were made to the platform. But I believe you have access to the old ones and the new ones. If I were you, I would watch them through twice. I would watch the old ones and the new ones. There's slightly different nuances in each of them. So, Zill from Finland in the we're gonna keep it up. I like the brightness right now. Watch like 4 I am Liquidity talking about the boot camp. Said, you watched 4 videos yesterday from the old boot camp. The boot camp's dope. It's dope. All right. Type boot camp in chat if you're interested in the boot camp. Smash the like button. We're at 217. And we're going to give away a prop account as well. We're giving away 2 prop accounts. Let me see. What level are we at in NQ? Let me just make sure I'm not missing something. No, because honestly, it's the only trade I'd be able to take from here would have been a short, and I've been long biased all session, so I mean, a little risky for a short right here. I mean, you do you, but I'm if you are here and you watch me, like, you know, I'm a patient trader. I'm waiting for my edge to show up. Like, and when my edge shows up, that's when I step up to the plate, right? I'm patient. I'm patient. All right, type bootcamp in chat. We're gonna give it 29 more seconds. 29 more seconds. Oh, the old ones got removed? Okay. Dogpedia said the old ones have removed. We got Zoe from Finland, Dogpedia. History undertaken. We're vibing. It's Friday. We're vibing out. Smash the like button. We're going to give away a boot camp, and then we're going to give away a prop account right after. I'm doing consecutive giveaways. All right, here we go. Let me share this little thing. Giveaway browser. And pick a winner. Okay, type something in chat if that's you. Ha, bravo. Type something in chat. Type something in chat. Ha, bravo. And someone's asking me to adjust the rocket scooter chart. I can enlarge it. All right, I'm still waiting on Pa Bravo. It's live chat. Type something in chat if you're here. You're a winner. Congratulations. Hit the like button. I'm not seeing this person's name yet. I don't know if my chat's behind. Doctor Who. No, they're both matching. Guys, smash the like button. Come on. Let's get that number up. Yeah, Patrick, I went over my trade. You can actually see in the top right. I called out this entry on my Twitter, and then I took it. Yeah, I took a trade this morning. He's not here. Okay. And you know what? It's been about a minute, so pick a new winner. Here we go. Trades David. And Patrick, we went through like the whole pre-market thesis. We went through a lot of stuff. So Patrick, because we're kind of moving through the agenda, but after the stream, you know, maybe rewatch the stream. We went through the whole entry. We went through everything. All right, so trades David. You won. Type something in chat to claim. It's a boot camp. Congratulations. How do people enter and then not claim their prize? Because there's not that much time difference between entering and when we draw it. There's Trades David. Trades David's in the house. All right, Trades David. Here you go. What you're going to do, go to the link in the description. And go to the Discord. Go to the contest channel. Message the admin name Slacks. And he will hook you up. Nice. All right, we're going straight into the prop giveaway because the vibe is so right now. 231 likes. We just started the stream I mean, let's get it. And it's Friday, and Friday afternoons in the market, right? People are already starting their weekend, but here, the room shows up. The room shows up. All right, let me just program in the name of the giveaway we're doing. Let me just check which company we're giving away. All right. We're gonna do 2 giveaways today. We're gonna do the futures desk first. So type in TFD in chat. TFD. And reset. Okay. It'll start monitoring in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Type TFD in chat. Type TFD in chat. This is a prop account giveaway. All right. So this is a prop account giveaway. It's for the futures desk. Now the futures desk is interesting because it's not pre-done. It's not pre-done accounts. You get to build your own account, right? If you've ever been to like, wow, the mic is really high. Okay. If you've ever been to like, let me just make sure my mic volume's not too crazy. Give me 1 second, guys. Type TFD in chat. All right, here we go. There we go. I just had to turn it down just a tiny bit, just so it doesn't clip. All right, so the futures desk it's similar to like build your own salad if you're into salads. It's similar to like build your own burgers if you're into burgers. This is build your own prop account, right? And maybe you could like, you know, configure it however you want. You could do, I think you could do trailing drawdown. You could do regular drawdown. You could choose the amount of daily drawdown, and it kind of affects the account parameters and the cost of the account. But this is a $200 credit, which is, you can get a lot of flexibility in what you make, what decisions you make in the build your own salad, build your own prop firm builder. So yeah, the futures desk. So this is cool. The 2 I've been figuring out props on is Take Profit Trader and Lucid. I do want to research. I still haven't had time to do it, but I want to research one that has static drawdown so I could trade it more like a regular account. But I just haven't done that yet. I've been working on other stuff, but I've been working on the room shows up, you know? I've been working on the room shows up. But type that in chat. And while we're on the topic of prop accounts, so if it's your first time here, you wouldn't have heard about this. We're doing Matt, the creator of this channel and the inventor of Rocket Scooter, is also working on a prop scoring website, right? And he's a mathematician, so he came up with a system that can really analyze the prop accounts and assign a nice score to them. Like, and it's difficult. It's an overall score, I believe. And then there's like a difficulty score. There's a value score. So it's going to help people. Oh, Farina just said he's a mathematician because his name's Matt. Farina, that's good. That's good. So this website's going to be great. It's going to be, the concept is prop score, and it's going to allow you to, compare prop accounts. And also, because he's a mathematician, he came up with a way to, I believe it's weighted. So it can stop people from trying to game the system and get their score up because it's weighted against the others. All right, 1 minute and 52 seconds, because I still see a lot of people clicking in. So I want to give people a chance. But if you're just clicking in, if you don't know about the giveaways, I just have to say this. I really like doing the account giveaways. It's fun. It's a cool vibe. But the problem is the amount we can give away is tied to the likes. So I'm trying to get up to eventually 10 accounts per session. I know it's a crazy goal. Right now we're at 2 that I'm allowed to hand out during the session. 2 accounts. Right? We do 2 accounts on each stream. But if you hit the like button, that number is going to grow. So if you like the giveaways, smash the like button. Just smash it. All right, 1 minute and 4 seconds. The likes just jumped up. We're almost at 275. We're at 251. I guess that's almost at 275. Maybe I'm just like trying to bring 275 into existence, but we'll see. We're already at 340 concurrents. People are coming in. I've been watching the stats. I've been noticing once people come in, they stay a while. They stay a long time. That number's creeping up, creeping up, creeping up. You know, I was wondering, do I go into too much detail on the lessons? The numbers say, if you need to get into the details, get into the details, right? Because we like to, we're honing our craft of trading. 22 seconds remaining. You hit the like button and now parts of your screen are pixelated. Let me just zoom into, I'm just going to zoom into Rocket Scooter a little bit. Make sure you guys can all see the levels nice and clear. Go to a 5-minute chart. There we go. Nice. All right, we're giving away a prop account. It's for the futures desk. $200 credit for the futures desk. Oh, let me just make sure. This could be a good long. Hold on. Where are we at? No. We're in the middle of a stable zone. Not down with that. No. Let me see. Sorry, guys. Just give me 1 second. So right now, I'm just taking a look at the chart in the top right corner. My ideal setups are when Rocket Scooter levels line up with a decision block on this platform, right? Because I get a lot of conviction when that happens, because these stable blocks, this is an algorithm that I created. I've been using it for many years, and I'm just very comfortable with it. So when I added Rocket Scooter to my game, like, the Rocket Scooter levels have a lot of edge. It's undeniable, the edge that they have. But I already had a system that was working for me. So when I incorporate Rocket Scooter into my game, sometimes I'll trade on the Rocket Scooter levels alone. But like, especially when I've had a good, you know, when I've had a great morning, I'm looking for an ideal setup. Like right now, I look at the Rocket Scooter, I love the setup. And then I look at Neon Seeds and I'm like, you know, this is a stable block. It's highly liquid right here. I could see in the bottom half of my screen, I'm just going to hide the agenda. You see velocity going up. That means volume is slowing down. You see price velocity also going up. That means as price is slowing down, so is velocity. So that basically tells me it's highly liquid right here. So I like to take entries at a little bit of a volatile, hollow spot, because then you can get a real big drive off of it. Here, my edge would be a little bit diminished. I would say if I took a trade here, for me, based on, I would feel like I'm taking a trade with about 55, 58% edge. I'm like, like, I feel like there's edge here, but it's just not. When I feel like my edge is below 65%, I can't take the trade with conviction. When I don't have conviction on a trade, I execute poorly. So just in case you're wondering why, like, we're at this level, like, why am I not smashing it? That's why. All right, I'm patient. I wait for my edge to show up. All right, so here comes the giveaway. Giveaway time. Here we go. We got 251 entrants. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. We're doing the giveaway in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Peter. Hey, Peter. Type something in chat. Hey, Peter. Congratulations. Okay, Peter, welcome to the family. Congratulations. You just won a $200 the futures desk credit. It's a build your own account credit for the futures desk. So Peter's here. Dogpedia right on time. Rigged. I don't know if that's how Peter talks. What's up, Marmar? So Peter, you're going to go to the link in the description for the Discord. You're going to go to the contest channel and you're going to message the admin name Slacks. And what he's going to do is he's going to hook you up. Congratulations. So we are giving away, we're going to do it in a little bit. We're going to give away another prop account, and we're going to give away boot camps. So we've got more giveaways. Smash the like button. We're almost at 300. We're barely into the, we've still got an hour and a half to go. Let's bring the agenda back up. Let's bring the agenda back up. All right, so sizing by risk unit, staying grounded, right? This is, to me, like, over the years, I've got technical, like, I've got better technically, but the psychology part, I was lucky to get this tip when I first started. Oscar, what's up? Mara, I could talk about position sizing. Absolutely. We could talk about that. Okay, so Mara, I'm just gonna, because I forget things. So let me just, I'm just gonna take a little picture of that question that just popped up. Mara, I'm taking a picture. We're gonna talk about position sizing. But first, I wanna talk about this advice I got and how it helped my psychology. I was lucky to get the advice at the start of my career from a hedge fund trader. And he gave me this advice, and it's the way I've always looked at the numbers of trading. And as size has grown over the years, it's helped me a lot. Okay. So sizing by risk, and it's the same reason I'm able to get excited about a prop account win. That's only $343, because I know the amount that I risked on the trade was only like 220 bucks. So I'm very proud of that, because that reflects my stats as a trader, right? The dollar amount, it's more risk unit. How much is it in comparison to what I risked? So sizing by risk unit. And I even do it like, I don't look at my P&L when I'm in a trade. I'll look at how many points I'm up or down, because depending on the size, the dollar amount will be very different. So sizing by risk unit is simply, if you calculate how much you're willing to risk on a trade, right? And you always just, when you're analyzing your day, you're analyzing how you performed, and you're analyzing your stats, you don't really focus on the amount of dollar that you made, because it's going to change throughout your career. But your stats will be able to be something that you can just track and be proud of. Like your win rate, your risk, like how much you typically, like if you have a day where you're risking $100 per trade and you make $700, like that's insane. That's such a good day. If you risk 100, but like, not financial advice. This is just my interpretation of the way I see risk. So I don't have to think about the dollars, because the dollars later in your career, the dollars could be large numbers to you or to whoever, you know, whatever. So sometimes large numbers scare people, but if you think of it as risk units, I don't think it's as scary. So anyways, let's talk about the $100 for 700 bucks. So imagine if someone risks $100 per trade and they make $700 today. Oh my God, like that, they knocked it out of the park. Like slam dunk, 7 risk units in one session. Dope session. I'd be like, dude, you made 700 on a $100 risk unit, right? But in my mind, I'm really thinking you made 7 risk units. And then let's say another trader's, you know, they made 700 G's today during today's session. They made 700K. And they risk $1.5 million per trade. I'd be like, oh, well, damn, lucky it wasn't a red day. Nice. I mean, you came out of that, you came out of that clean, but hey, if someone makes 700K, they risk $1.5 million per trade, and they say they made 700K, and you're focused on the risk unit stats, so they made half a risk unit. You're like, less than half a risk unit. You're like, okay, so, maybe you just weren't feeling it today. Maybe you just weren't feeling it today. And then the trader who made $700 instead of $700,000, that trader, you're like, damn, dog, you were feeling it today, right? The dollar amount, not relevant. And why I'm focusing on this is because, like, with this, when I found the Rocket Scooter channel, right? I found it because one of my friends was telling me he was trading futures. And when I started trading, not a lot of people traded futures. So when my friend told me he was trading futures, I did research on all these streams. I stumbled across Rocket Scooter, and the platform intrigued me because it's liquidity based. Everything I do is around liquidity, right? So it really vibed with me. And so I don't think I fully understood how much people are like into the, just like saying random stuff about trading, but it could really hurt people who are trying to learn. Because like they're saying, not financial advice. I'm not saying I'm an expert. I'm just saying, in my opinion, there's a lot of bad actors out there, right? Because now that I'm doing this streaming thing, if you all don't know, like Matt said, hey, if you want to stream, submit an audition. And I was like, you know, let me try it because I love trading. That'll be cool. So I submitted an audition and here I am. But now I'm here. So now I'm like getting, like today I have the Twitter, started the Twitter. So I look online and I'm just seeing all these people tweeting about trading. And I'm like, damn, it's just, people are focused on the wrong things. And that's kind of why the whole theme of what I was talking about today is about like being grounded, because it's more to me, like what I'm passionate about. And I'm really passionate about it. I'm not passionate about a lot of things, but I love this game. But like, I love the craft. To me, like this is my craft and I'm really proud of it. And it kind of just, I wouldn't say it hurt, but I was like, kind of like disappointed when I saw on Twitter and I research about what people will be typing in when they're trying to learn how to trade. And I was kind of like, damn, like that's kind of messed up, that you could tell like people are trying to take advantage of people. And I'm just like, you know, let me just talk about risk units so that people don't see people posting big numbers and maybe feel bad that they're not there yet. And then also just maybe get attracted to the wrong people. And that leads me into one person's play money is another person's broke money, right? One person's play money is another person's broke money. Because this is kind of funny. So I signed up for the Twitter, and I signed up a couple of weeks ago, but I hadn't really like done anything with it. And then I think it was yesterday, I like started looking, because I want to follow some people. Like now I think I follow Darb. I think I follow Matt. I think there's one more that I follow maybe. But anyway, so I was looking up and I was just reading on Matt's account. And yesterday Matt had a green day, but he started his day with about 100K drawdown. But he's trading, like he's showing a $400,000 or $500,000 balance on screen, but he's got money behind. He's got chips behind, right? It's like if someone places a bet at a poker table if you're playing poker and let's say it's, you know, whatever, let's say the stacks are $10,000 and someone places a bet for, you know, $1,200. What will another player say if they can't see the person's chips? They'll say, how much do you have behind? Right? How much do you have behind? Like, what's behind your little bet that you just made? You just bet $1,200. How much do you have behind? Because they want to know what the dynamics are of that. So I think that I saw people like kind of hating on him for having a 100K drawdown, but like in my mind, I know he's doing account partitioning, meaning like in his mind with that challenge, he's probably thinking like he's risking it based on the way he's sizing his trades. He's like, I'm sure he has more capital than this, but as far as the way he's sizing his trades, like in his mind, he's probably thinking, you know, it's about a $5 million account. That's how I would assume he's thinking about it, right? Because he's been in the game long enough to like, he knows how to size positions. And I'm sure in his head, he's doing the challenge, but like he's sizing it based on about a $5 million account. That's what I would think. So when I saw on Twitter, people are like making a big deal of the 100K drawdown, I'm like, damn, like these people just, like they're focused on the wrong thing, you know? And then it made me like, so like one person's play money is another person's broke money. If you're trading a $5 million account, you're going to have 100K drawdown days, because guess what? You're going to have 100K, 150K green days. Not financial advice, but like, you can't have 100K green days without the occasional 100, 150K red day. That's just math. That's not like, you know, because if all the numbers are smaller, right? Because that's why risk units is so much easier to understand. Dollars is hard. Dollars can be confusing. Risk units is easy because it doesn't really change with the size of your account. So if this helps people, like if this just helps one person feel more grounded when they're trading, if they trade with a large account or if they trade with a small account, you know, if this just helps one person feel more grounded in their trading, this will have been worth it. Because when I was told to think that way about trading and putting on risk, and at the end of the day, how did I do and how many risk units did I accumulate during the session? That's all I ever thought about. And it just helps psychologically. And then you don't compare yourself, right? Because there's some people who would be like, you know, there's people out there, because futures are pretty liquid. There's people making multi-million-dollar intra-session bets. And like, they look at 100K drawdown and they're like it's a joke to them. And then there's people who look at 100K drawdown and it's a big number to them. It's just the wrong thing to focus on. And I think just me going on Twitter and seeing all the stuff that people focus on, I was just like, damn, like I feel, I was telling, my girl was she was on a business trip and she just came home, and I was talking about today's show, because I was about to come on and get on the camera. And I said, yeah, like today's show is about being grounded. And I said, I've been looking online just trying to, because I'm trying to put myself in the mind of like someone who's looking for information. And I put myself in that mind of someone who's looking for information. And I was not devastated. It was just like, I was like, damn, like the craft of trading is not being respected. And that hurt me. But what I felt bad for was like, if people are trying to learn and they're coming across this garbage information, that's like, I feel bad, because when I started, there wasn't much information. So it was very hard to learn. But at least I only had to filter out. And I got hooked up with an ex-hedge fund trader very early on in my career. And, you know, in my first few years, I got mentoring, and that helped me a lot. But I'm just like, now, yeah, I just felt, I feel bad for people trying to research how to trade, because it's just garbage information out there. And that's why I think I'm extra passionate about maybe this show and Rocket Scooter, because I just know, like, if someone clicks into this stream and they get intrigued by Rocket Scooter, okay, and they start learning it, and they're early in their career before they've learned the wrong things from bad people, like, that's jackpot. That's jackpot. So if you're new here, like, the platform on the left-hand side of the screen, it's called Rocket Scooter. The inventor of this platform, he is the owner of this channel, and he streams in the morning. He's doing a $100K to $1 million challenge. And we also have a night streamer, Sir Darb, aka Brad, aka Sir Darb. He's got a dope show. Tune in. His next show's on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. But the creator of this, the inventor of this platform, he's created this thing, and it's really powerful. So, and he's got a boot camp that goes over it. And when he gave us these time slots for our shows, he literally was like, you know, since you use the platform, you know, if you're using it, keep it up on the screen. He didn't ask us to talk about it. So I just thought that was cool. And I always talk about it a lot because I like it. It's really a good platform. So you know, one person's play money, another person's broke money. And then let's do a boot camp giveaway. Since we're talking about the whole thing of learning the craft, let's do a boot camp giveaway. If you've just joined during the boot camp, Matt, our founder, hosts the boot camp. It's a dope boot camp. It goes over overall market stuff, and then it goes over the Rocket Scooter platform. It's 20 days. It's $20, right? And we're about to give one away. But if you don't win, it's really good. Like, it could be not financial advice, but I'm sure for some mythical person out there, just so you don't think I'm, giving financial advice, for some mythical person out there that I'm talking to, hey, person mythically out there, it could change your life. Okay? And I don't say stuff like that lightly, right? I mean it. All right, so type bootcamp in chat. And if you can't tell, I'm really passionate about this game. I love this game. It's such a great game. Which is why I thought it was messed up, the stuff that I read online. You know, like people putting fake, like just terrible information. I was like, damn. And charging for it too. Dave Mack says you can never learn too much. Got to always stay open-minded, willing to learn. Yeah. I'm almost 15 years in the game. I'm not too good for anything. I took the boot camp. I watched all the classes. And I got something out of it, right? And there's people that have probably been trading 30 years. They watch it. I'm sure they would get something out of it. It's good, you know. Some of the stuff, depending on experience level, some people would be like they know it, but you're always a student of the game. I think you're always a student of the game. I'll always be a student of the game. Dave Mack, you're an information junkie. Well, I'm sure you've taken the boot camp, right? Boot camp's great. You just love to learn. Why does Matt care so? Well, Mara, no. I think Matt is a marketing. That's marketing, right? Matt spikes. He gets people to watch. Like, you know, he talks the trash because it gets traction. People love that. So the guy's marketing. It's marketing, and it gets people talking, and it gets people to the platform. The end result actually is that people come to the platform, and then they're actually, I think they realize, they're like, well, actually, no, this actually works. So, you know, that's marketing 101. Get people to talk about you. Yeah, get people to talk about you. Mutant says, yeah, Mutant 8 nailed it. Mutant 8 nailed it. Having to filter so much info gets tiring. I'm sure, because the other thing is, you know, like a life mentor of mine, not like a trading mentor, just like someone who's older and wiser than me and has been through a lot more experience than me, said to me, always remember, like, you don't know what you don't know. And that's like, so when you're exploring something and you're learning something new, it's difficult because the less you know, the harder it is to filter out what is garbage information and what's not, you know? Because there's probably some people who have streams like this, who have some platform up, and their platform doesn't have edge, right? Like, you just happen to land here, and this one does have edge. But like, if you take the boot camp and stuff, and if you watch the platform and you watch Matt trade, it's undeniable that it has edge. But you know, you'd have to be here for a little while you should be here for a while so that you could see it for yourself. But you know, there's just bad actors out there because they're taking advantage of people. It's not cool, but they do it. All right, type bootcamp in chat. Type bootcamp in chat. We're doing a giveaway. Guys, hit the like button. We're already over 300. We're doing a giveaway. We're giving away a bootcamp. And then during Power Hour, we're giving away another prop account. Dope. The room shows up. All right, 1 minute and 22 seconds. 1 minute and 22 seconds. And then we'll get to stats over stacks. And then honestly, this kind of ties into a little bit of yesterday, because yesterday was just not an easy session. Stay for when we talk about losing streaks and variance. I put this one in there. This is a little bit out of the theme, but I have this variance spreadsheet that I keep on my desk, and you know, I always look at it, and that lesson is really valuable as well. It's a different topic, but stick around for that. It's gonna be good, and it won't take that long to explain. The Sir Darb in the house. Hey Darb, I was actually gonna text you earlier today because I wasn't sure, because sometimes I get hyped on stream, you know, because you know I love it. So sometimes like I get a little loud and the mic does a little thing, and I didn't know if that's because of the compressor setup or if that's because I have my actual level on my board too high. Anyway, we'll talk about it. But Sir Darb, so Sir Darb, aka Brad, aka Sir Darb, he's our evening host. Okay, so that's the evening show. He goes live at 7 p.m. Eastern, Sunday through Thursday. So you know, obviously during the week, and then the Sunday stream, we get to go in the room on Sunday. That's cool. So Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, check out Sir Darb, go to his stream, and guys, smash the like button. Please hit the like button. We're at 311 likes. We're over 300 likes. Almost like the YouTube algo is figuring out our family. The YouTube algo is figuring out the vibe of the show, and it's sending us the right people. The room shows up. We've got regulars. A lot of regulars developing. All right, it's time for the bootcamp giveaway. Here we go. I'm calling it out. I don't know. It's saying TF. People are. Maybe my one chat is behind? I'm seeing TFD in the thing. Oscar. I don't know if the chat's behind. Okay. I'm going to do the giveaway. Here we go. This is for a bootcamp, and we're giving away another prop account as well. Giveaway, Brave Browser, and pick a winner. RAF0314. RAF0314. Type something in chat. RAF0314. RAF0314. Congratulations, you're a winner. RAF0314. RAF0314. I could be like a bingo caller at an elderly home. 14? 14? Congrats, Raf. Congrats. Raf, are you here? Raf 0314. 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds. Oh, Market Vision Trading driving a hard bargain. He's giving him the 3-2-1. Market Vision Trading. What up, dog? Austin's here. Albina. One Trade T. BR. It's Burn Trades. It's Burn Trades that the room shows up. If you're new here, we type the room shows up because we're a family. If anything today has vibed with you that we've gone over so far, type the room shows up in chat and hit the like button. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for joining the family. This ain't clickbait. We go deep. The room shows up, baby. Martin K says the room shows up. Let's get it. Boomer Trader, the room shows up. K Javid, you're new? Welcome to the family. We got 3 streams a day, morning, afternoon, and evening. Dogpedia, Woo Outside, OC8443, Dogpedia, Devil Jinx, Albinas, J814. What up? What up? All right, this person didn't respond. So I'm gonna spin again. I've already got the messages are remembered. So wait, it picked it again. Oh, you know what? Oh no, yeah, Albinus. Yeah, there we go. Wait, didn't? Okay, hold on. They just said something in chat. Wait a second. Albinus 13. I know they're here. And they just typed the room shows up. Albinus, I know, is here. Congratulations. Albinus, congratulations. You're the winner. All right, so you're going to go to the link in the description for our Discord. You're going to go to the contest channel in that Discord. You're going to message the admin name Slacks. Message him first. He won't message you first, okay? He's like a super hot chick. He just will not, you won't get the first text. Okay, you gotta hit him up first. Send him a message of your YouTube ID. Rigged. Send him a message of your YouTube ID. My chart should be showing current price. Send him a message of your YouTube ID, and he will hook you up. Oh, AKA. Oh, you know what? I don't like, because I see it on NinjaTrader. AKA said, consider configuring the chart to show current price. So I like to show the current price line. I don't care too much about the number. Sometimes the number, you know, I don't really like, I have the number in my NinjaTrader because I don't know if I can hide it, or maybe I just haven't hidden it, but I prefer I'm fine with just seeing the line. Because when things are like, when the number's flashing and changing really fast, I don't like any information that any additional input information that is not contributing to my edge. So like I have it on NinjaTrader because I think I tried to hide it one time and it made the price line disappear. Like I'm not someone who's like, oh, I trade around whole numbers. That's just like, if we're around, like when we were at that level this morning, it was 24,000. I forget what the level was that I traded off of. Let me see. Stable zone. Let me see. Let me just explain. Yeah, because it's just kind of my method. The level was about 24,800. Like I knew it was a whole number level, but that doesn't really mean anything to me. To me, it's just lines on the chart, right? I'm just trading what I see. I do pay attention to the range because, you know, some days that there's a lot more range in the market. So like I pay attention to the average true range and stuff like that. But the individual price level, I'm not like, oh, are we going to get to 50,000? Are we going to get to 6,800? Because it could be 6,808. Could be 6,705. And, you know, 99, whatever. So that some additional piece of information like that, it gives me decision fatigue. It gives me another thing to think about. Right? Ryan says, what's my P&L this week? So I only talk about props on my stream. I don't talk about my regular trading, right? Because it's so disconnected from this prop thing that I'm doing. I don't want to, because I'm not like an ego person. So I don't, you know, I show the prop. That's it. I'm not trying to be like, yeah, I smashed it out of the park. Look how much I made. That's just not my vibe. Like I'm not trying to get clicks. I'm just trying to build a family, you know? Okay, so let's see what we got here. Why aren't you taking long ES, Maramaro? Oh, good question. That's a great question. So Maramaro, one of the things I talked about a few minutes ago, but it's a good question. People who were here might have missed it. Is guys, smash the like button. We're almost at 325. We're 2 away. Maramaro, had a really good question. Why am I not taking the long on ES here, even though I'm long biased? I'm gonna walk you through. It won't take me long to walk this through. Ryan, no, my main no, I trade a real account, but I'm a new streamer, so I'm learning these prop things. So that's what I'm focused on right now. So that's what I talk about on stream. That's what I show on stream, because like my regular account trading, it's much, the numbers are much different. So I just, this connects with people, right? I'm not trying to be like, here's a big number, watch me. That's not my vibe. Okay, so why am I not taking a trade here? It's a really good question. I have NZT, might not be your vibe. All right, so I'm not taking a trade here because in the top right corner of the screen, okay, that's my algorithm that I was using for many years before I discovered Rocket Scooter. And I know my numbers, I know my edge associated with trading that and those levels. And then I discovered Rocket Scooter last year. I identified that it has undeniable edge. And sometimes I do trade the Rocket Scooter levels alone, but for the most part, I prefer when the Rocket Scooter level lines up with a level that's in the system that I traded for the, for many years. So, because then it's almost like it increases my edge, right? But when I found Rocket Scooter, and I've said this a few times, I'm going to need a few years till I know the exact percentage. But if I had to guess, I would say 3 to 5% increase in accuracy since adding Rocket Scooter to my game, which is huge. I mean, that's great. That's big. So the fact that I had a great morning, had a really good read on the market, the fact that, it's Friday afternoon and yesterday's session was very confusing. And quite honestly, we're in a very confusing market right now. Like most difficulty levels are like the difficulty level on most sessions in December, January, and February, the difficulty level has been, in my opinion, most sessions 6 to 10 out of 10. 6 to 10. Like to me, Matt gave yesterday's session a 9 out of 10 difficulty. I said 9.6. I didn't know if maybe he was taking decimal into account, but I said 9.6. He said 9. And like I would say most sessions in the last 3 months have been a 6 to a 10 out of 10 in difficulty. Why is that? Think back to Q3 and many months of last year. It was so obvious that the move was up. So there was a huge decision that I didn't have to make every day. And that was, which direction am I trading? I only had to make one decision. Where am I interested in entering the market? Right? Where's my entry? So I had to be right about one thing. Now I need to be right about 2 things. A major thing is the direction. Now, sometimes I get the direction wrong, but like the pivots are good. I'm trading off of a good place to trade. Even though I'm wrong on the overall direction, maybe you still get a nice 20, 30, 40 point bounce off of a level, even though you're wrong on the direction, right? So it's not like your edge just completely disappears because it's difficult and you have to make an extra decision. Because sometimes I'll be wrong about the overall direction, but I still have a good day. But it's harder. So when we're in an environment when it's much harder, when it's an environment when it's much, much harder, like the market's on hard mode right now. And anyone who's new here, I don't know if it was 2 or 3 sessions ago, we have a playlist of my streams. You can go back to yesterday's stream, the stream before. We had agendas. So like you can probably go to the beginning of the streams in the playlist and the agenda will pop up. And if you think the agenda would vibe with you, rewatch the stream. Right? And maybe there's some streams that don't have an agenda on there, and that's probably a stream where I was just kind of going off the cuff and we were vibing. But some of the streams we have agendas, so you can pop it up and be like, hey, this agenda will vibe with me, and watch the stream. We go into details on stuff like this. So the market's on hard mode right now. So when the market's on hard mode, it's been on hard mode all week. I had a solid week. except yesterday. And yesterday was not terrible, but it was a red day. I was green in the prop account, but I was red in my main account. And if you watched yesterday's session recap, you know I basically said it was just luck. Like I was rotating around 0 P&L yesterday, right? I was getting chopped up. But other than yesterday, it was a great week. So now I'm like, you know, it's Friday afternoon. I smashed it this morning. If these levels were lining up with my algo, I'd be like, all right, like you got to step up to the plate, dude. Like there's a really good setup. But to me, there's not a really good setup. To me, like my edge right now, taking any of these trades, it feels less than 65% to me. You know, so I'm not going after it. That's how I trade. I'm passionate about my stats. I don't want to just I don't want to just take a trade I don't really want, because it will drive down my stats. I care about my stats, right? Stats over stacks. Let me hide the agenda. Someone asked me, how does volume velocity work? Guys, it's power hour. Guys, it's power hour. Smash the like button for power hour. It's Friday afternoon and people have showed up like this in big numbers. This is almost like yesterday was, we had NVIDIA earnings on Wednesday. Yesterday we had a big stream, but right now, it's Friday, it's power hour. Like people snooze Friday afternoon, but the room shows up. Like our family is here. This is cool. Let's do another giveaway. And then I'm going to go over volume velocity and price velocity. It will be a very quick overview because they're very easy to understand. They're very powerful, but powerful things don't need to be complicated. It's not complicated. I'll be able to explain it in a couple of minutes. So let me just open up the giveaway engine. Let me set it up. So we're giving away a bootcamp and then we're giving away a prop account. Reset tool. Start capturing messages. All right, guys, it's giveaway time. Type bootcamp in chat. The room shows up. Adventure Rig says the room shows up. He knows the chat chant when you're part of the family. We're welcoming new members to the family all week. Type the room shows up. Oh, sorry, not the room shows up. Type bootcamp in chat. Adventure Rig's got me all hyped up. Typing the room shows up. Type bootcamp in chat. Type bootcamp in chat. Adventure Rigs, what up? What up? And I also have another question about sizing. I don't know if we'll have time to get to that. If not, we'll get to it on Monday. I'm down. Hell yeah. All right, type bootcamp in chat. We're giving away a bootcamp. I'm gonna restart this playlist because the first song is so dope. We're almost at 350 likes. I mean, this is cray for a Friday afternoon. You guys are the best. The room has shown up. The room's here. Boosted Dime, my dog. That's my dog right there. Boosted Dime. All right. Keep typing bootcamp in chat. Type bootcamp in chat. Okay, so if you just joined the bootcamp, our founder, the creator of the platform on the left-hand side, Rocket Scooter, which is a dope platform. He hosts a bootcamp a few times a year. It's 20 days. It's market knowledge, and it's Rocket Scooter related stuff. If you haven't seen the Rocket Scooter platform before, it's a good platform. It gives you tradable pivots. And if you go to the bootcamp, there's a whole strategy on how to trade it. If you're a newer trader, it's gold. That's all that's all I'm saying. I'm not even going to expand on that. Be curious enough to take the bootcamp. I'm telling you, it's gold. All right. Type bootcamps in chat. Those are Heikin-Ashi candles. If someone asks, are those Renko candles? They're Heikin-Ashi, but I do look at Renko every now and again. Here, there's a Renko chart. I look at Renko sometimes. I look at Renko every now and again just to see it's just a different look at the price, because I suffer from decision fatigue, and also when things are a little bit too messy, it drives me a little bit crazy. So on some sessions, I'll take a look at a Renko chart. So like there it is. That's the Renko chart. Nothing wrong with Renko. But anyways, going back to the 2000 tick chart. Mostly I'll keep up the 2000 tick chart. All right, we're going to go in 52 seconds. It's giveaway time. We're going to do 1 minute and 52 seconds because a lot of people are still entering. I can see the entries going up and up and up. 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining. Oh, Randy Ray. I don't know if you're talking about Max Challenge on people who hated on him for having a drawdown, but that drawdown that he had yesterday was correct for the way he's trading and the underlying account size, not the number of the account, not the dollar amount of the account on screen. There's chips behind, right? He's not placing a $100,000 or $50,000 bet with 400,000 in chips behind. He's placing a $50,000 bet with millions of chips behind, right? Because I noticed on Twitter, people don't understand that, because I followed his channel or his Twitter. I don't know why they renamed it to X, because now I followed his X, I followed his Twitter. So annoying. So whatever I'm supposed to say. I followed him on that website, and then it showed me things people were saying, and I was like, wow, like there's a lot of garbage people who don't understand simple math. You know, like the people who talk trash on him for having a drawdown, they don't understand math, and they must be broke. So whatever. Okay, here we go. It's Bootcamp giveaway time. The room shows up. All right, we're giving away a Bootcamp. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Mark Vision Trading said they obviously don't understand what rules he made for the challenge. Yeah, they don't understand the rules he made for the challenge. They don't understand account partitioning, and they don't understand math. So if anyone was hating on his 100K, it's a normal drawdown for his account size. So if anyone was hating on him for that drawdown, like, they're noobs. I responded, and I actually responded to that tweet, and I said, it's pretty telling that people don't understand basic math. I said, if Trader A hates on Trader B for having a $100,000 drawdown, I said, Trader A is a noob because they don't understand the other parameters on the, they don't understand. So, noob. They basically just outed themselves as not knowing anything. Okay, here we go. Let me show the giveaway thing. But it's all good. Like, those people, they don't have to show up. Our room shows up. Those people, haters, whatever, don't show up. Go somewhere else. Go watch someone short a coin flip on 1,000 Apex accounts or however that worked. Go for it. You're not learning the craft of trading. You're just watching someone gamble. Have fun. All right. Teza Map. Summerham. Might not be your vibe here, my brother. Summerham. Or no. Teza Map. You're the winner. Teza Map. Summerham for sure has no edge. Teza Map. You out there? There you go. You're a winner. Congratulations. You won a boot camp. All right. So click the link in the description. Go to the Discord channel. Message the admin name Slacks. Okay. He's like a 10 out of 10 hot chick. He won't message you first. Message him a picture of your YouTube ID and he will hook you up. Congratulations. All right. So let's go ahead and hide that. Guys, stick around. It's power hour. The charts are zoomed in. So if anyone who's just tuned in because they just want to see the chart, there it is. The room shows up. Teza Map. I don't know if you're new to our family or if you've been hanging around, but good to have you. Good to have everyone. This is fun. All right. So I'm going to go over the velocity meters real quick, and then we can get back to wrapping up the agenda, and then we could just vibe out and do our last giveaway. Okay, so what is volume velocity and price velocity? Very helpful, very simple. Volume velocity, it's the number of seconds it takes. Sissel's new here. Welcome to the room. Volume velocity is quite simply the number of seconds it's taking for 2,000 contracts to move through NASDAQ. Price velocity, the number of seconds it's taking NASDAQ to cover 5 points in price distance. And the main thing I look for in there is to judge liquidity in the market, right? How do I do that? Typically, generally speaking, when volume slows down, meaning goes up because it's taking longer for contracts to go through, in a liquid market, generally speaking, price will also go up. Generally speaking, in a liquid market, when volume speeds up, price speeds up. Price, you know, so the market's got more volume, but it's moving faster, but it's doing it controlled. So let me just give you a visual overview of a liquid versus illiquid market. Okay. Thank you. Nice to be here. Welcome, and congratulations on on landing on a nice spot to hang out. And if you don't know, we have 3 streams a day: Monday through Friday, morning, afternoon, and we have an evening one Monday through Thursday, and an evening one on Sunday. So subscribe to the channel, guys. Hit the like button. We're at 355. We might hit 400 again. Okay, so January 13th was liquid, and then a month later, February 13th was illiquid. I just picked these 2 dates, but January was mostly, at least the first 2 weeks of January was pretty liquid. And then after that, it's become pretty liquid. Right now, we're in an environment where liquidity is returning, but we're not really sure if it's staying yet. Thank you. I appreciate that, Cyril. Okay, so January 13th was liquid. What do you see? You see in the top left, January 13th, those arrows, that's volume slowing down. And you can see on the right-hand side, price velocity, the arrows, that's price slowing down with volume. So they're connected. Liquid, right? Healthy for the most part, right? There's nuance to it, but it's pretty easy to see when the market's liquid versus not liquid there. Then the market's moving. Let me just make sure. Hold on. What time is it? It's power hour. We might get a squeeze. Hold on. Stand by.
For this dream, I've cried in the dark, paid with my soul just to master this art. No turning back now, I carry the spark. This is my life, this is my heart. Rules over feelings, no chase, no revenge. Patience is power, I wait for the edge. Discipline's my code, I rise above the grind. Traders manifesto, this is do or die. Rules over feelings, no chase, no revenge. Patience is power, I wait for the edge. Discipline's my code, I rise above the grind. Traders manifesto, this is do or die. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. This is my manifesto. This is my manifesto.
Wake up, 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 wake up. Phone flash, red text, hard crash, inbox, one line, another breach detected in bold black. Full ported on a Friday, green screen and it flip great. Thought I had the perfect side trade. Now I'm staring at a closed gate. Damn. Tilted on the next one. Revenge in my palm. Size up, size up. Charts look calm. Brand new lucid. Fresh login by the closing bell that account gone. Another breach detect the subject line cut like a blade through my chest. Every dream I projected, now it's just
All right. All right, fam. So I'm watching this action right here. Sorry, sorry about that. I was just reading the action as we were moving out of this. So in the top right corner of the screen, so that's we just moved through what I call a decision block, right? So a lot of times that can be a decision point in the market. Now, I was trying to read the market as we were entering this stable block. So there's two kind of entries I would usually take around a position around this. Okay, so just real quick, what I'm looking at right now is, first I was looking at I was just reading the ticks, reading the price action, and then like we've got a big gap, right? So I'm looking at NASDAQ resilience. NASDAQ resilience is positive, right? So the gap wants to close. And there's two style of entries I would take at this kind of trade. One is just, I would just buy as we're entering this. That's a little bit of a sketch entry for a Friday afternoon during power hour, right? The other entry I would look at is if we came back in to retest, if we oscillate and it shows a lack of liquidity in this region, like if it comes down here and I'm reading the tape and I see a lack of liquidity down here all of a sudden appear, right? Meaning no one's here, everyone's up here. Then I'll be more looking for a long. I mean, right now it's 3:16 on Friday after a complicated week. So, you know, it's not an ideal time to be taking this because there's not that much time for the trade to work itself out if all of a sudden it starts rotating around here. But I mean, in my opinion, like it's a nice setup because I can't wait till Rocket Scooter's integrated in Ninja. Let me see what that bull zone bottom is. 24,941. 24,941. Okay, I'm gonna mark that. You know, it's late in the session, but I'm keeping an eye on this because I do like the setup. Like, why is it so? Oh, I don't want that color. Oh, these are all driven by the algo. I don't want to mess with those. All right. Yeah, I'm watching this. If we get a pullback, I'll read the action when we get the pullback. All right. Sorry, I kind of went offline there. I'm not used to, you know, I don't know. I get a little, I'm not used to streaming while I'm concentrating like that. So, all right. Okay, let me just, all right, let me just see here. 24. Okay, I'm gonna finish going over what we're going over, but I'm just gonna keep an eye. If we pull back into this region, I'm just keeping an eye on the action because, like, okay, what just happened? What just happened? Okay, and this actually relates directly to volume velocity and price velocity. What just happened is, if you see on the bottom left of the screen, volume velocity and price velocity, okay, they both just went down as this is happening, right? So this is happening, volume is coming into the market and price is speeding up. Like this move right here that we're seeing, it's really healthy. It's really healthy. Like, look at volume and price. See the volume going down and see the price going down. So that's price speeding up. And now you see the volume ticking up and you see the price ticking up. So volume is speeding up, price is speeding up. Volume slowing down, price is slowing down. This is a really healthy move. that you're observing right now. This is really healthy. So, like, did I just want to jump into it right there? Like, was this a great entry right here? Was it tempting? Yeah, but like, it's been a because all this comes into I'm thinking about all those things real quick. And I'm like, you know, it's been a tough week, like difficult. Like, I've had a good week reading the market except yesterday, but it's just been difficulty level week, hard week. So the fact that I've done well this week when it's been hard difficulty, like part of that is just variance, luck of the statistics. So I don't want to push my luck, right? I don't want to push my luck. Yeah, but I'm just, you know, so yeah, sorry. I know I kind of paused right in the middle of what I was talking about, but I had, you know, I don't want to, I gotta read it. I gotta read what's going on. But anyway, at least there's a little pause in what's going on. So that's what I'm paying attention to right now. That's what I'm paying attention to right now. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. You know, I honestly, it looks more of a squeeze than something we're gonna get a tradable pullback on, but we'll see. It's late in it's Friday afternoon, right in the end of power hour, you know. Yeah, like I feel like if I jumped in right now, you know, like I could use a 40-point stop, and you know, we'll see what happens. There's a little bit of edge there, but you know, it's just alpha is not there, right? My full alpha is not there right now. If this was earlier in the session, I would say take a small position at that break, and then maybe take another trade on the retest, or just, you know, take the small position and leave it alone. All right. So getting back to what I was saying. So yeah, and that was kind of cool how right during the explanation of the velocity meter, a case where like I'm really paying attention to it came up. That was cool. All right, guys, we're doing another giveaway. Bull zone to bear zone. Nice. Okay, so let me bring up the example again. I got out of my rhythm a little bit there. I automatically lock in when I see something like that. All right, so February 13th, what do you see? When the volume slows down, the price stayed fast. So it's disconnected. So what that means is that volume is slowing down, price is not slowing down. So it starts to whip around. And it means that it's illiquid. It's illiquid action. Because I know that because when volume slows down and price keeps going, well, there's no one there, right? So it's a lot difficult. It's a lot different to trade, especially if you're trading with, like, it doesn't have to be, even if you're trading with 10 contracts, it'll make a difference how much slippage you get with, an illiquid day versus a liquid day, right? Slippage is just wasted money. Unless you enter with a limit order on pullbacks, when you're trying to get into trades, the slippage it's expensive. It can be expensive depending on your execution style. My execution style, I tend to feel things out a bit. So it can get, look at this go. It can get expensive, right? So I pay attention to liquidity. And it's also just easy. I just prefer a liquid market. All right, we're going to do a giveaway in 10 minutes. Mark Vision Trading said it's gone up 40 points from the time you said just long. Yeah, but you know what? I don't really chase, right? When I said I could just long. I said something else. I forget the exact number I said, but if I were to think, I don't remember the number I said, but in my opinion, my edge right here, just getting in there, would probably be like 50, high 50s, low 60s. I'm looking for mid 60s to 70 to 72% conviction, right? I don't know. It's just like a mental scale that I have on my conviction. I kind of give it a percentage, but you know, I'm just like, yeah, I think there's a little bit of edge there, 55, 60%. You know, I don't want to hurt my own. That's not how I trade. So I'm not going to chase it. You know, what volume indicator? I created it myself, but the math is simple. The math is very simple. It's not complicated. It's powerful, but not complicated. Right? Not everything powerful needs to be complicated. Sometimes simplicity is fine. You don't use order flow? Oh, that's a cool question, Maro, about order flow. And guys, stick around because we still didn't talk about variance. And it's the last item on our agenda. We're going to talk about variance. So stick around. We're at 368 likes. We're at 368 likes. Let's get it up to 400. We're about to do a giveaway in 9 minutes. So Maro asked about order flow. So I've got him deactivated right now because it makes the chart a little bit cleaner. But yeah, let me activate the order flow part of my system. 1 second. I do pay attention to it, and actually seeing what it showed during this move will be interesting. Okay. So if you look in the top right corner of the screen, that is the white blocks are aggressive buys and the black boxes are aggressive sells. Okay. So like you could see as we broke out into this stable block, you could see there was aggressive buyers stepping in, right? This is not something I make my decisions completely around, but it's something that it's good to know. It's good to know that it's there, right? It's good to know that it's there. What it's mostly helpful for me is sometimes when I'm looking at another chart and something happens that I miss a tick or I miss a little bit of action for maybe 10, 15 seconds at a critical moment in tape reading, and I look back over and I missed seeing that, because you can usually see if you're tape reading that aggressive buyers have stepped in and done something. But I have these blocks so that if I look at rocket screw, or if I'm doing something, looking at something else, I'm looking at volume and price velocity, I'm just glancing around my cockpit, and I miss something for 5-10 seconds, I can look back over and be like, oh, something happened on the tape there. Because it's basically a real-time tape reading algo that I created that helps me capture those. It's not just large orders, right? Because I tried the order flow bubbles. They miss stuff. This does more than that. This does more than that, right? I wrote a program that, like, because, you know, when I was developing it, like when I was watching the tape, I would also actually record the tape, and then I would observe, like when I see certain things I'm looking for, I don't always know what they look like on the tape because I'm watching the price and the ticks, but then I would match it up. And that's how I built that algorithm that draws those. Not required to trade or anything. It's just, for my style, it helps me a tiny bit. You know, there's maybe it increases my accuracy by like 1 or 2%. It's not a big, I could trade without it. It's not delta related. No, it's not delta related. It's my own thing. Okay. So now let's talk about, well, let me see if there's any other questions before we get to item 7. Market vision, take it easy. See you on Sunday. Jake from State Farm said, please shout out his boy, Mike HS 950. Jake from State Farm. Nice try, my dog. Nice try. Got him. Nice try. All right, we're giving away a prop account. It's time. And then we're going to go over variance. Stick around. Mike, you dirty dog. You try to get me. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I think Matoski was in chat. I missed it. Matoski took a long earlier. Matoski, you still out there? Matoski crushing it. Morning session. If you haven't tuned in before, tune in. Tune into the morning session. Matoski, our founder. Zil from Finland. What up? What up? We're almost at 4. Rocket Scooter. See, Matt. See. That's why you got to tune into. That's why you got to tune into Matt's stream, right? Matt took it. Matt stepped up to the plate. He doesn't care that it's Friday afternoon and you know whatever. Matt's like, I'm taking the Bears out the Bulls. I'm taking it. So you got to tune into the morning show. It's really cool. All right. Why am I calling him Matoski? Well, his name's Matt, but I nicknamed him Matoski. So he's Matt. To me, he's Matt, aka Matoski, aka Matt. Right? I give people nicknames when I give people nicknames that I talk to. All right. So okay, so let's talk about variance. Oh no. We're doing the giveaway. All right, guys. So we are giving away. Here we go. We're giving away. We still got almost 400 people in here for Friday at 3:30. The room shows up. You guys show up. This is next level, you guys. We're building a community and it's coming together. It's fun. All right, this is Phidius. P-H-I-D-I-U-S. That's what you got to type in chat. Let me reset the tool. P-H-I-D-I-U-S. All right, start capturing. It's time. Type Phidius. It's P-H-I-D-I-U-S. Type Phidius. Type Phidius. Maru. Nah, you ain't getting me, dog. You ain't getting me. Nice try. Friday vibes. Friday vibes. Nice. We got a lot of entries coming in. It's giveaway time. We're doing a giveaway. It's giveaway time. We're giving away a free prop account for Phidius. It's any non-one-time purchase eval for Phidius. It's a free prop account that you could win. So type Phidius in chat. There's no Are you sure? Because on our spreadsheet it has that in it. Oh, wow. Well, you know what? It got misspelled in our spreadsheet, so type it in incorrectly because that's what everyone's capturing. No, you know what? It's okay. We're gonna keep the code name because it's already capturing, but I want to make sure if you all are interested in researching this account, right, that you do it correctly. So let me just pull up the correct URL. You know, whoever named that company, they should have done a test case and known that people would misspell that. Right? We all know how to spell neon cucumber. We all know how to spell rocket scooter. Okay. So if you want to go to the website and learn about these accounts, it's PhidiusPropFirm.com. So it's PHIDIAS propfirm.com. So yeah, So that's what it is. All right, we're gonna do the giveaway in. We're gonna do the giveaway in 1 minute and 5 seconds. You can type in both spellings if you want. We're doing Phidias though. You. You know what? I can capture both. Here, I'll capture both. So regardless of how people spelled it, I'm gonna capture it. There we go. We're all fixed. It's cool. We're getting both. We fixed it. We're almost at 400 concurrents. Power hour on a Friday. You guys are amazing. All right, let's get the likes up to 400, fam. Charts up, music on. The room shows up. Frazer. We got over 200 entries. 387 likes. Guys, smash the like button. Just smash it.
Wake up, 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 wake up. Phone flash, red text, hard crash, inbox, one line, another breach detected in bold black. Full ported on a Friday, green screen and it flip gray. Thought I had the perfect side trade. Now I'm staring at a closed gate. Damn. Tilted on the next one. Revenge in my palm. Size up, size up. Charts look calm. Brand new lucid. Fresh login by the closing bell that account gone. Another breach to take.
All right, we're gonna do it in
Every dream I projected, now it's just numbers, it's never reset.
10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Hit that like button. We're only 3 away from 400. Actually, I'll just do it when we hit 400 likes. Come on, come on. 3 likes and we can do the giveaway. Nah, I gotta do it. I gotta stick to the time thing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We show it. And 1, pick a winner. Here we go. Phidias account. Yohanum 2. Matoski in chat. Trying to get a free account. Don't worry, we're monitoring both spellings, Matoski. AKA Matt, AKA Matoski. For those of you who don't know, Matt is the inventor of Rocket Scooter and the creator of this channel. He streams every morning, 8:30 Eastern. Look at this action. Look at this. All right, Johan, sorry. I wasn't looking. Matt's going to win and screw all of us. No, Matoski. I will respin if you won. 407 likes? Guys, like, hey, on a Friday afternoon, you guys show up. Like, this is a family. This is a community. Those people click, they stay. You guys are dope. Rigged. It's burn trade. Rigged. Love it. Okay, I got too excited. Let me look back through chat and see if Johan responded. Dave Mack said, "Yo, Matt, your ex post about blowing up was hilarious." That was hilarious. Yeah. It was hilarious. Also, it was also hilarious to learn all the people on Twitter who don't know how to do basic math. Bunch of I mean, I'm sure there's good people on there too, but people don't understand math on that website. All right. Johan, did he respond? No? No way. Let me make sure I'm... Oh, it's on. Hold on. Johan. Why does it default to top chat? Okay, we need a moment. I got to make sure they didn't respond. I'm hearing he did. I got to scroll up and see it for myself. Congrats, Johan. Stand by. Okay. There it is. Congratulations, you're a winner. I just had to confirm. YouTube defaults to a mode sometimes. I can't see every message. Okay, here we go. You're going to go to the link in the description. You're going to take a glance at it. Then you're going to look up. You're going to smash the like button. Then you're going to go back to the description. Then you're going to go to our Discord, go to the contest channel, message the admin named Slacks. Message him first. He won't message you first. Send him a picture of your YouTube ID. And he will hook you up. Congratulations. And for those of you who stayed to the end, we're now about to talk about the most, you know what, the whole session we've talked about kind of being grounded and everything. That was just because I read all the garbage that is on Twitter now that I'm on that website. And so that kind of upset me because I don't think people respect the craft of trading. A lot of people don't respect the craft of trading on there, which upset me, right? So just, you know, be grounded and be like, if you're a newer trader, it's gold that you land here. It's like a cheat code that you landed here. Okay. Because like Matt's Bootcamp is good. Matt's platform is good. And he didn't ask us to talk about either. We just talk about because we like it. So I've said that multiple times, but it's important that people know that, right? Because otherwise I wouldn't talk about it if I didn't like it. Okay, so let's talk about variance. So I'm going to bring up this, this little, let me find it. Losing sequence. Okay. So we're talking about variance here. So if you look at this chart, because not everyone understands variance, and like it's not well, I guess it kind of is an exact science, but it's more like a numbers thing. And the variance thing, because the market's on hard mode right now, right? So variance comes into play a lot, and usually, like when your stats are a little bit lower because the market's harder, the variance will kind of come forward, right? Like my accuracy month to month, some months, if a terrible month, it's like 55%. A normal month, it's like between 65 and 73, right? So in January, it was as in January, when little framing on my explanation of this. So in January, towards the end of the month, as we were transitioning, guys, hit the like button. As we were transitioning from, like, because the beginning of January, the first couple of weeks was pretty liquid. And then the second couple of weeks of January and basically most of February up until a week ago was really illiquid. So there was movement, but there was a little bit of a lack of participation. So it makes the market whippy and a little bit unpredictable. And in January, I had like seven ideas. Maybe it wasn't. Yeah, it was 7. I think it was 6 or 7 in a row. Why my read was wrong, you know? And like that's, yeah, Biohazard. We're going over a little thing right now. Like it's 16 minutes before the close. Yeah, there's, you know, I'm not jumping in a trade. So I might not be your vibe. So probability of number of losing trades within 1,000 trade sequence. So like, you know, if you take 1 to 3 to 4 trades a day, you figure like every year, these kind of numbers are going to show up, right? These kind of numbers are going to show up. So I figure like when I'm underperforming or when the market's really tough, I'm floating in between, like my accuracy is floating downward, right? So I kind of frame this, my expectations of the number of losers that might pop up in a year. So maybe like once or twice a year this will happen. But I don't like all of a sudden doubt everything, right? And I think that's just, it's an important thing because I kind of just move fluidly session to session. But now that we're doing this stream and I've been vocalizing my thoughts, I guess it unlocks some other things that I'm thinking about. Like, how would someone who maybe like isn't good at navigating the transition of good market to bad market to good market, liquid to illiquid, they might encounter variance and they might be like, oh my God, like this, whatever I'm doing, it's not working. And they might all of a sudden abandon something that's actually really strong, like, because you need to give it time. So like I always say, let's say your accuracy always clocks in at 65%, right? I always say like, take maybe like 15 or 20% off of that and then read this table. Biohazard docs, straight up hating. Nice. All right. So like, let's say you usually clock in at 65%. If I, like, the way I do it is I would then read the table like 15% lower. So read it down to 50%. So then in a year, I'm like, you know what? There's a 62% chance I might have 10 wrong reads in a row. And if that happens, I'm going to stay comfortable. I'm going to be like, you know what? It's variance. Because this ain't my first, this ain't my first rodeo sort of thing. So just, I guess it's more about just like trusting that. And even, Matt said it on the My Funded Futures stream today. Matt hosts a TV show after his morning stream. And he was talking about like, hey, don't feel bad if you've had a tough time in December, January, and February. Because it's like, it's harder to exercise and find your edge in conditions where you need to pick the right spot to get in and you need to pick the direction. You need to be right about two things, right? Finding the perfect, not perfect, but finding good entries, that's a project in itself. And then figuring out the direction, that's a whole other thing. You got to figure that out pretty much every session right now. Like, it sucks. So this variance and these probabilities, it's not an exact thing, but you would find like it's pretty accurate. And honestly, if you like, sometimes you'll look up one of these tables and it'll be like a 50 trade sequence, or it'll be like a 50,000 trade sequence. I'm like, use 1,000 trade sequence, right? Maybe screenshot this if it will help you. Like, I pull it off Google, but it takes a while to find it. And I always keep a printed out copy of this on my desk. I always keep it printed out on my desk. And at the top of it, I have a benchmark. I say, lock in half a risk unit a day. That's 125 risk units a year. Now I lock in more than that, but I'm just saying, like, even just keep that, just to be like, just grind out your edge, just grind it out and you'll do fine. Futures are so liquid, right? So even if you grind out 125 risk units a year, like, you could take size in things like futures. So like a little goes a long way in a liquid instrument. So, can I please explain how to read this chart? Sorry. Okay. So I don't know if you're, okay. Yeah, sure. So it's the probability of having a certain number of losing trades. It's not an exact thing. This is not financial advice, but it's the probability of having a certain number of consecutive losing trades within 1,000 trade sequence. So like, for people who take 1 to 4 trades a day, I feel like 1,000 trade sequence, I like to think, okay, like that's about a year, because maybe you're like scaling in, scaling out. 1,000 trade sequence, to me, I read this chart as it's like in a year. So the way I would read this chart, the way I read this chart, and the way I would read this chart, again, not financial advice, the way I would read this chart is if you usually have a 65% accuracy, or maybe you're learning and you usually have a 60% accuracy, maybe take 10 to 15% off of that and then read the line on the chart that corresponds to you. So let's just say you have a 70% accuracy. So then go up. So 65, 60, 55. So it's 15% lower. And then read what the probability is of you having a certain number of consecutive losing trades, even if you're trading well and whatever, within the year. So like when the sequence comes up, when like you have 6 or 7 bad reads in a row, you're not like, oh my God, I need to abandon my system. You might be like, like variance might be realizing itself. Now, of course, you might just be underperforming. But to me, this is just like, it's nice to know the stats because nothing is perfect. And I think sometimes, like, I dealt with this so much at the start of my career, like understanding that like every session's not the same, not that like volume doesn't slow down every day at 10:30. Sometimes it slows down at 11:30, sometimes 11:45. Sometimes the session's really active until the middle of lunchtime. I hate that. It's every day is different, right? I like routine. I like routine. And you can't just find that in trading. So you got to anchor yourself around things that you can find routine in. So like the market's not routine. So sometimes variance realizes itself. So how did I like make routine out of that? I'm like, how do I make routine out of that? I'm like, oh, I had 7 bad reads in a row at the end of January. Oh, it's part of my yearly routine. Once or twice a year, I'll have a string of bad reads. So I made routine out of something that's not routine. So hopefully that makes sense. And again, this is one of those things where there's 293 people watching. If it helps one person, to me, it's worth bringing this chart up. Because these are things that I dealt with and honestly still deal with. Because, you know, it doesn't feel good to have a bunch of bad reads in a row. But it feels good to at least be like, well, you know what? Like, those are the numbers, bro. Find another career if you can't deal with it. So, I don't know. Hopefully that helps. So there's only 8 minutes left. For those of you who stuck around, if this variance discussion helped anyone, okay, here we go. Adventure rigs. That helps a lot. I wonder why I had a bad read this month. You know, I mean, now it's not a crutch. Like, you might just be underperforming. But probably if you had a bad read this month, it was just, you know, it's just variance. If you're following your system, Sissel said thanks. Sissel said thanks. Yeah, let's go to a little, we can wrap up the week with a little bit of chill. We're wrapping it up. Biohazard docs. I don't mind that. Biohazard suggests a little chill music going into the close because it's Friday. You know what? Biohazard showed up. The room shows up. Biohazard showed up. That's not a bad suggestion. Does this perspective help anyone out there? If this helps you, type me in chat. If this helps, type me in chat. If this landed with you. I already know it landed with 3 people, so I'm glad we went over it. It's Burn Trades, it helps. Heather, it helps. Adventure Rigs, Martin, it helps. Look, see, this is Zill from Finland's cooking dinner. Zill from Finland. All right, so that, you know, that's good. I'm glad it helped. Like, I kind of just think about what I think about when I'm like, hey, what should we talk about? I think about all these things I kind of bring up. It's all because of things that like I went through, you know, and some of the stuff I still go through. So I'm like, you know, like maybe I would have got over it faster if I knew some stuff. So that's why I talk about it. You know, I love this game. And also going online and seeing how much people are trying to scam people, I was like, it was disheartening. So it helps to, I like to share the experience. Thank you so much for being here, fam. Smash the like button on your way out. Smash the like button. We're over 350 likes. We love it. The room shows up. Smash the like button. Family's in the room. All right, let me hide this chart. Martin K said, great, Neon. Really appreciate you sharing, learning something new every day. Thank you for being here, brother. Adventure Rigs. Good to have you. Good to have you. Mock. Oh, I missed Mock, huh? What was this pullback size? Let's see. Damn, that's a tight range. I wish this setup had popped up earlier. This was pretty clean. This was pretty clean. What time was it? 1:40. Yeah, like what are you gonna do? Enter a position 9 minutes before market on close? I mean, damn. Did I not hide the losing sequence thing? Yeah. Matoski shows up. Guys, if it's your first day here, tune into the morning session. Watch Matt, our founder. He's streaming. He's doing a 100K to $1 million challenge. Right? He's doing it live. It's cool. I stream in the afternoon, and then we've got Sir Darb. He does Monday through Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. And then on Sunday, he also goes live for the Sunday Open at 7. So definitely tune in for that. We got 3 shows a day, morning, afternoon, and evening. The family's growing. Every show's got a little bit of a different vibe, but they're all cool, you know? And like I said, if you're new here, I mean, I'm jealous of you because you kind of landed on the cheat code for learning. If you're new here and you're experienced, then it's cool to hang out and you'll pick up on stuff for sure. But if you're new here and you're newer to trading, gold mine. Take Matt's Bootcamp, gold. Heather, good to have you. Dave Mack said, tell him getting more comfortable. Oh, I appreciate that. Sub-Zero. Leo, I seen you a few times this week. Oh, Leo Energy. Matt is the no, Leo, I don't know if you're being serious because I thought I said that a few times. But Matt is the creator of this channel. So we're shows that are hosted on this channel. Matt's the creator of this channel and the inventor of Rocket Scooter, the dope platform on the left. Jesus Man 64, you enjoyed the session. Me too. It was a good day. It was a pretty clean afternoon action. Like this is pretty sexy. You know, why did it have to be so late in the session? That's the close. We're getting a little whippage. I'm just gonna, I want to see this action. Like we're getting whippage right now, even though we're at the close. I'm gonna keep it active for 2 more minutes. Smash the like button. I'm keeping it active 2 more minutes. Let's just see this little Friday afternoon whippage. It's illiquid. Like you can see the market's whipping around right now. All of a sudden liquidity is kind of leaving, which makes sense, you know. It's not totally illiquid, but we're getting a little whippage. And you could see how price velocity all of a sudden's in the red. It's taking 1.3 seconds for NASDAQ to cover 5 points in price distance. That's some whippage. That's some whippage. It's slowing down now, but my girl said to me, she said, velocity. She shouts it out to me. Yeah, Leo, I did one. You gotta rotate it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. The room shows up. We're building a community and it's fun. It's cool. So thank you so much for being here, fam. Have a great weekend. Go to the Sunday show, 7 p.m. Eastern. Sir Darb, aka Brad, aka Sir Darb. He's gonna be there. Tune in for that show and then tune in to Matt's show on Monday. And that's a wrap for me. It's time for some pasta and red sauce. Peace.